if you were wondering if you can loosen all the tensioners on the chains and basically just remove this flange, I would suggest you not do that, because there's a high chance of one of the teeth skipping, a tooth, two teeth, and your engine's gonna run like crap after that, and then slowly it will start falling apart. So I would suggest you use the proper IMS removal tools. They're about 300 bucks on eBay, or more or less depending on where you find it. Maybe you found a used one. They also sell the bearing from $400 up to $1,000 depending on the, what you want. If you just want a bearing, or you want a bearing and a flange. I just bought a bearing. I did not buy a ball bearing because I feel that they are prone to failure more than the cylinder bearings, the ones that have cylinder rollers inside. That's the one I bought because there's a very small chance of that failing, and it's more open. It doesn't necessarily have a seal on it like the ball bearings do. This one's more open, so oil can get into it. So I've removed this bearing prior to today to test if it has any wiggle in it, and it does. It has a slight wobble. And I've just come back a few weeks later when my new bearing has come in. If you haven't already noticed that the protruding bolt that comes out here into the flange is missing, well, I ended up knocking it in there because the flange is easier to pull out. And on the 2002, I don't know about the 99s, but as you can tell, it's right in there. And as long as you have a tool like this of here, you're good to go. Just take it, pull it out, and it's right there. And it's right there. Put it in, and I'm ready for the bearing removal. Here I've been provided with a bolt and a nut and a locker with a O-ring, but I'm not going to do that because I don't really like the way it's set up here. It's just flat. So I've put the original one in, which I've tested, and it works perfectly. Then the flange will go on top, and as you can tell here, the original has an O-ring right around the inside here. That's why this was provided. But I'm going to go ahead and use the original one with the original bolt and everything, and probably mark on the engine that I've changed it, in case somebody later on, if I sell the car and somebody is thinking of changing it, so they don't have to, so they know exactly what's been put inside here. So let's go ahead and put this in. Here the bearing has been put in. It's looking good so far. I'm liking the way it fits, and I'll know for a fact that this won't fail, and I could drive this car without having to worry. So we're gonna go ahead and start this car up. It's pretty cold out. It's near 0 here, so it's gonna be a cold start. So the engine's in. The previous part I was by replacing the gaskets, replacing valves and all that stuff, and I didn't show the part where I was putting it in. It took me about a day. Everything's in. It runs good. I did have a check engine light. I got that checked, and it was an O2 sensor, so other than that O2 sensor, there's no problems. Everything running great. So let's go ahead and start it up.